Discussion of medicine MCQs cardiovascular system. Why descent in the jugular venous pulse represents A. Atrial contraction, B. Atrial emptying in early diastole, C. Atrial relaxation and displacement of the tricuspid valve ring towards the apex, D. None of the above. Please subscribe to this channel for future updates. Click on the subscribe button. Press the bell icon after that for all updates. Correct answer: atrial emptying in early diastole. Atrial contraction produces the A wave. Atrial relaxation and displacement of the tricuspid valve ring towards the apex causes the X descent. Early diastolic murmur well heard along the right sternal border. A. Pulmonary regurgitation, B. Mitral stenosis, C. Aortic regurgitation with dilated aorta, D. Tricuspid stenosis. Correct answer: C. Aortic regurgitation with dilated aorta. Pulmonary regurgitation produces early diastolic murmur in the pulmonary area and along left sternal border. Mitral stenosis produces mid-diastolic murmur in mitral area, and tricuspid stenosis produces mid-diastolic murmur in tricuspid area. Aortic regurgitation produces early diastolic murmur heard in aortic area and secondary aortic area along the left sternal border. But if the aorta is dilated as in annulo-aortic ectasia, early diastolic murmur will be well heard along the right sternal border as the dilated ascending aorta reaches that region. In earlier era, syphilitic aortitis also could be seen with dilated ascending aorta and aortic regurgitation. Cardiac murmurs are best timed in relation to the A. Carotid pulse, B. Brachial pulse, C. Radial pulse, D. Femoral pulse. Correct answer: A. Carotid pulse. Cardiac auscultatory events are best timed in relation to the carotid pulse as the time delay after the onset of systole is least with carotid pulse. Of the pulses mentioned, radial is the most delayed, and timing cardiac events in relation to the radial pulse is likely to be most erroneous. Murmur of which of the following condition is best heard with the bell of the stethoscope? A. Mitral regurgitation, B. Tricuspid regurgitation due to pulmonary hypertension, C. Aortic regurgitation, D. Mitral stenosis. Correct answer: D. Mitral stenosis. Murmur of mitral stenosis is low pitched and is best heard with the bell of the stethoscope. This murmur is often very localized and needs careful auscultation at the apex with the subject in the left lateral position and in expiration. The bell should be placed gently on the chest. If the bell is pressed too much, it will act like a diaphragm along with the skin underneath, which becomes tightly adherent on the bell. Other low-pitched sounds which are best heard with the bell are third and fourth heart sounds. Regurgitated murmurs mentioned above are high-pitched and best heard with the diaphragm of the stethoscope. All these lesions have high pressure gradient between the proximal and distal chambers, producing the high-pitched murmurs. Tricuspid regurgitation produces A. Giant A wave in jugular venous pulse, B. Giant C wave, C. Giant V wave, D. No significant change in jugular venous pulse. Correct answer: C. Giant V wave. Systolic wave in the jugular venous pulse is the V wave. Hence, it becomes very prominent in tricuspid regurgitation as large quantity of blood enters the right atrium from the right ventricle. Prominent A wave is seen when there is obstruction to the tricuspid valve as in tricuspid stenosis. A wave can be prominent when the right ventricle becomes stiff due to hypertrophy as in pulmonary stenosis or pulmonary hypertension. In this situation, right atrium finds it more difficult to empty its content, becomes hypertrophied, and contractions become more powerful. C waves in the right atrium occur due to closure of tricuspid valve at the onset of systole. In jugular venous pulse, it is due to the carotid artifact as systole pushes blood into the carotids. Difference between venous and arterial pulsations in the neck. Pick up the wrong statement. A. Venous pulse is better felt than seen. B. Height of venous column varies with position and respiration. C. Venous pulse has two peaks in each cardiac cycle. D. Venous column rises on abdominal compression. Correct answer A. Venous pulse is better felt than seen. Jugular venous pulse is better seen than felt. It can be obliterated by light compression. The rise in venous column with abdominal compression is called abdominojugular reflux or hepatojugular reflux. The rise is due to the sudden gush of blood from the abdominal venous system into the right atrium. It is more prominent and sustained when there is right heart failure. This is because right ventricle takes a little more time to deal with the extra preload. Tapping apex is a feature of A. Aortic stenosis, B. Mitral stenosis, C. Pulmonary stenosis, D. Tricuspid stenosis. Correct answer B. Mitral stenosis. Tapping apex is thought to be the palpable loud first heart sound. Pulmonary stenosis and tricuspid stenosis do not affect the character of the apex beat, being right-sided events. Aortic stenosis produces a heaving apex beat which is forceful and sustained due to the left ventricular hypertrophy. Dyskinetic apical pulsation can be seen in A. Mitral regurgitation, B. Ventricular septal defect, C. Atrial septal defect, D. Left ventricular aneurysm. Correct answer left ventricular aneurysm. Dyskinetic region is one which bulges out when the rest of the ventricle contracts. The bulging out is usually seen a little above the apex, which is the lowermost and outermost point of definite cardiac impulse. Together, these two make a seesaw pulsation. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for future updates and click on the bell icon for all updates. Thank you.